a supercharge wherever you are in the world. We're 3 minutes in. We're a bit late kicking it off because Matt, who normally kicks it off, is currently driving through some heavy snow. Hey, I'm just going to add in Lorenzo. He's doing what I'm doing and going to come right in on the intro. And how you doing, man?
What's up?
Yeah, not too much.
Hey, Lorenzo. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
After the huge candle we had yesterday, it's all settled down a bit, hey? After that 20-minute few $1,000 pump up from 62K to 66K, it's just kind of evened off. Still a fair bit of volatility, but like contained within like a range of $1,000. But you can see it's beginning to pick up now since the start of market open. So maybe we get some big movements again this morning. What are you thinking? Where are you thinking we go?
For me, I don't know, man. Like, I'm a little worried. I still think the market generally wants to go down. You know,
Yep.
we've been trending down towards 60,000. You know, the sentiment I would say is probably at a all-time negative. You know, I think
Yep.
a lot of people are confused, right? Because fundamentally, for the last 6 months, we heard, oh, all these ETFs are pouring in. You know, they're trying to acquire as much of these assets as they can. You know, the U.S. is making a giant investment in Bitcoin mining and all of the facilities. And, you know, what's happening now is Bitcoin's undervalued. They're putting a ton of stress on these miners. And we're not seeing the same actions when, like, you would think, like, okay, Bitcoin's at an all-time low. These guys are willing to acquire it at 90,000, 100,000, you know, 80,000, 70. You know, where's everyone coming in right now? And that buying has really slowed down, which gets a little scary because they might wait for the price to fall a little bit harder.
Yep. I think that's fair. Very fair. How about you, Lorenzo? Where do you reckon we're headed?
We have a 61% chance that our AI line is correct. So I think we're heading down for the day.
Is that what you pulled? Oh, because it's not particularly sure of today.
It's not, well, if it was if it predicted between a 2 and 4% change on the day, down only, then it would have been a 70% chance. But since it's predicting a little less than down, or a little less than 2 to 4%, it's a little less accurate, but still accurate.
Yep. And have you been finding a difference between the test and the prod lines?
I have not been. I've done away with like using the test one just because the endpoint I have is the prod one. So
Okay. Yeah.
the daily endpoint for the beta seems to be pretty accurate when it's predicting down between 2 and 4%.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it would be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to get that data. You should get an endpoint to that too. Ask for an endpoint to it.
Yeah, I have the data for the last 100 days, or actually no, I just updated it to the last 210 days for the daily.
Oh yeah.
On data, but I got to get the fraud one or the test one.
Yep. And what was its last 100 days on prod? Is that the 61%?
The last 100 days, with just like up and down, taking every trade that it made, was a 52% win rate on all of its predictions.
Yeah, well, that's disappointingly 50-50.
That's why we don't run up. We don't like up. We like down.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Yeah, down with just down. If we took every down prediction, it's actually just a 55% win rate.
Well, that's getting
But
pretty good.
then
55%. That's
if you take the down between its predictions of 2 and 4%, it's a 70.59% win rate.
cool. That's huge.
Yeah, so you
And what
just got to
about
take the days where you know you're really right. Like, we
yep?
don't
And
need
what
to
about
take
Yeah,
them
I
its
mean
all, but we'll go heavy.
that's what I'm doing.
yep? What about its ups when it's really sure as well? Like when it's putting it, substantially higher.
Well, actually 2 to 4% seems to be like kind of on the lower end for this. Like some of these are like 13% change, 12, 22.
Oh,
Like
and
two
so
and
and there so the one
it's
that
more
it's like
accurate, yeah.
saying is going to move further is less accurate.
Yeah, for example, like I'm looking at two right now, and these just happen to be the
Mm,
two on the
I
top of
would
my
be
page.
worried that that's. I mean, the more variations that you look for, obviously, and you probably know this, you've probably done stats, but like, yeah, the more variations that you look for, the like greater chance, obviously, there is of finding something that fits it. Like you might find that like between 4 to 6 p.m. on a Wednesday is like has a 90% win rate. But I
Yeah,
mean,
so
looked at that, then you've looked at every 2 hour block for the whole week, and so you're going to find one that has like, just because of how many different variables you're looking at, you're going to find one that makes sense. And so generally, if it doesn't line up with like a logical reason, there's a good chance that it's just that. I mean, why would it be that it's like has a higher success rate on ones that it's less vindicated on one that it's less
well,
sure
it could
about?
be because if all the indications are pointing, that this is gonna go up. This is definitely gonna go up, 30%. Like this is about to be a huge thing. Like, and just all the indicators are pointing that way. So everyone else probably has already seen all those indicators too, and the market's probably already adjusted. So it's kind of like false confidence,
Okay.
probably. That's my
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. Yep.
But um, yeah, that's not for sure. That's just my guess on why a more confident prediction would be less accurate.
Yep. That makes sense.
Our 1 hour predictions for the last 100 days, like so, there's like 2,500 1 hour predictions, so pretty big sample size. And just like regular up and down, we only have a 49% win
Okay.
Yeah, so
And
that's not going to
again,
work.
rate. Yeah, no, but the thing is, you got to
well,
find,
you
you
could
got
you
to
could use
look
it as
through
a
this data
Craner
and
signal.
filter it. Yeah, right. But once you start adding filters and figuring out what works for the thing and like tuning it up, like then that win rate can go up to like 55, 60%. And that works.
Yeah. Well, yeah. 60% would be hugely profitable.
Yeah.
And yeah, right. I wonder how that compares because I mean, when Matt was finding that the test one was much better, so I wonder
Yeah, we were
initially.
using the
That's how you.
test. Matt, were we using the test daily or hourly?
We're using the test hourly. So we're using
Right.
a,
Yeah.
a different
I
one.
think the prod daily was the accurate one, and then the test hourly seemed more accurate than the prod hourly. That makes sense. Because I never stopped trading from the prod daily, and that's the one that has been working since the beginning.
Yeah, but Yeti, there's also some secret strategy that goes on top of that percentage rate of 53% that can improve your rate to maybe
I bet.
like 55, maybe 56. Just got to figure it out. But
Well,
there's a
that's
way to
getting pretty
boost the
juicy.
rate. Yeah.
But is that a like? Can you play every game and get that rate, or is that like a choosing select games to play.
Well, one of the things too is I think you need to know the overall like mode of the market, and so I'm most comfortable with knowing we're better at down markets. So I would want to know like, okay, we had this like 2 point something percent change, and I'm gonna take one of those for the day and just only take down, and then do this other thing that's gonna help improve our ability to get more hits or break even. So I think it's
Mhm.
specific for market, like I don't think right now we have something that could go perfect like in any other way, because also you have to figure out like certain market conditions, right? Like it's a lot easier to know where things are going when more volume's coming in, right? And then you also have to recognize when the market is kind of at a stalemate, and there's volume kind of going in both directions and the market's not really moving, and you're not going to have like big candles, and then you're going to have times of real uncertainty there where it's more likely to swap, from one side to the other 50-50 every time versus like holding a pattern of like, someone's trying to bring the price down or bring the price up. So I think once we can recognize when we're in those certain types of markets, then we apply different strategies towards those.
Yep.
I wonder if I'm looking at this
We're
now.
testing out a few
And
different strategies right now for each one of those modes, and then seeing which one, performs overall best, and then which one can we direct towards those modes, and are we able to recognize those?
Yep. That makes sense. And
what do
have
you think's
you?
better?
Oh,
I was just looking at the sheet again that I had, and if you don't take the 2 and 4%, you just take them all that stay down, and it's got the 55% win rate. It makes 68 trades at a 55% win rate, or do you think it's better for 17 trades at a 70% win rate?
just size up. So you just use a like the Kelly criterion is a really good way of sizing in based on your implied odds.
Mhm.
And so you can put that into your bot. Like it's like I can't remember exactly. It's a kind of complicated formula, but it's like the ideal way of sizing in with known odds to maximize growth. And so if you're not super sure on it, use like a half Kelly. Um, or if you're like really confident with the odds you've come up with, then full Kelly it, and you'll maximize growth that way.
It's actually good.
I can send you the Kelly criterion thing. Hang on.
I think that might work really, really well for this.
Yeah, I might just full Kelly it.
Um,
That's a new sender. I'm just gonna like be around
full
people and be
Kelly.
like, all right, I'm a full Kelly it.
Put a K on.
Yeah. It's gonna be all good until I'm in a room of white girls and then three Kellys turn around. What? You're like, you didn't know you're the new Karen?
No, but
I'm
it's like a
going full Kelly
positive.
right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, they went full Kelly on me and freaked out. It was terrible.
Kelly is like he's our national hero. Ned
Yeah.
Kelly. He's our man.
So he goes full Kelly.
He went full Kelly. Yeah.
It was good. Good for him. The legend lives on.
Have I told you before about so like everyone knows about Ned Kelly, but our fucking coolest bushranger, and this is real. We had a
Mhm.
bushranger who was a midget who so have you heard of like ostrich racing?
No, but I can
And
already
so
imagine like you need a small jockey for horses.
you need a real
So
small jockey for ostrich racing. Yeah, yeah. And it was like in South Africa, it was a big thing. And he was an ostrich racer in South Africa, and there was ostrich farming going on in South Australia at the time. And so he came over and was doing ostrich farming, and then he started robbing people, like became a bandit. a bushranger and started robbing people, and he would like go shirtless and just like he would wear all the bling that he'd robbed off people. So he was a midget riding an ostrich, like shirtless midget riding an ostrich covered in bling.
What was his name?
He's
Wait,
called the
dude, you
Bird.
just described my dream job.
Oh man, the Birdman of whatever the town was. But if you just type in Birdman midget ostrich, it'll come up with it. And his body has never been found. So like he's still out there. So he was shot and like got away wounded. And like maybe it's been found and raided, but you know, like he carried on him like a large amount of gold in bling. And so he's like somewhere he's like is this midget corpse covered in bling.
Wait, is he real?
Yeah, he was real.
Yes,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I look it up. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like only like drawings of him.
Yeah, well, fucking they did a photo of him. It was like fucking hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, Matt Legend really does live on. Okay, how do we get into something like that? You know, like, how does Metafide sponsor ostrich races? Like, do they not allow it to go on anymore? Is it like inhumane now to race ostriches?
No, I reckon that. So I don't think we have a huge ostrich farming industry anymore. Oh, races. I don't know. We definitely don't race them here anymore. But maybe they do. I don't know. I mean, we race everything here. I reckon if people still raced them, we would race them. So I reckon probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
What would it take to get you on an ostrich? Like in a metafied, chalky suit.
Oh, permission. If you could get me on an ostrich, if you could get me permission to ride an ostrich, I'm there.
Permission.
Oh man. If we all had our own ostrich, that'd be pretty sweet. Honestly, like it's kind of better than a horse because you could ride it and you could eat the eggs.
And then like we could be like, we'd go viral for like the ostriches. Like you'd go to East Denver, Matt, and you just like sit at your table on the side, sitting on the ostrich, like just like waiting for.
It's like
come talk and like say, why do you have an ostrich?
it's probably the most environmentally friendly and stable vehicle.
I don't know if an ostrich would take like any of us though. I reckon you need to be a very little person.
I don't know. Have you seen what they put cows on nowadays? Like,
Bulk them up, you reckon?
yeah, giant ostrich. What is this beast? This never should have been created.
They're already a fucking terrifying animal, ostriches. Hey,
Yeah,
imagine a super tank one.
they like use their heads right, like as clubs.
Do they? Yeah, right. I mean, we've got emus, obviously, but like we've got cassowaries up here. Emus are like would never go anyone, and much smaller than ostriches, so they're not very intimidating. Real goofy kind of animals. But we've got like the similar to an ostrich and an emu. We've got the cassowary, and they're fucking gnarly. Like they have this like knife on the front of their foot that they can disembowel you with.
Mm-hmm.
And I reckon. Sorry.
I've seen that before online.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I reckon an ostrich has got to just be gnarlier than a cassowary, though. Hey, just because they're fucking huge.
Yeah. Yeah, they're definitely not friendly either. Not that cool. Yeah, I guess you really can race anything, you know? Not surprised by people.
Ostrich leg can deliver a 2,000-pound kick.
I think in the future we should change our graph line, the dot, to a little giraffe. So the giraffe is just like racing across the map. It'll be pretty good. second. I gotta go on mute for a second.
Oh, a nice win, ODS. I think he's part of Wu-Tang Clan. What clan are you in, Lorenzo?
Emmanuel. We
Of
made a new
course.
plan. Yeah.
Of course.
He's got to represent.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course he does.
Well, I
I'm
gotta
in
get the rest
I'm in
for
Wu
joining.
Tang
There's
Clan,
more
Yeti.
people.
I know. I saw that you're in Wu-Tang Clan. That's great. We got the streamer Wu-Tang streaming.
Yeah,
We're
you know, I
getting
wasn't
smashed.
invited, but I just decided to see some powerful players and team up with them.
Oh man, we're open invite. I think. Well,
Oh, yeah,
it's Ace's
bandwagon
clan.
over there.
I just put myself out there of which clan would take me.
Yeah,
And
I
Ace
looked at the FIDE ranking and saw that the leaders were Ace, ODS, and MXAK, and I said, you know, there's no reason to swim against the stream.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to
What's
be a
dead
salmon in
FM
this
last?
one.
But we are still losing to dead fucking last.
Oh, is
Oh
that
my
what?
goodness.
Bro, I was so confused.
Yeah, dead effing last. That's what it stands for.
I know, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how. I think they got like a secret weapon over there or something.
I think they just got heaps more players.
Yeah.
So we need to recruit.
Yeah,
So if
people
anyone's
Oh,
are
out there
coming.
listening, like come join Wu-Tang Clan.
yeah, it's just about how much, like, how many players you have in your thing, basically.
Yeah, and their ranking. So it's like a sum of the ranking of all of your players. And so really you want the max, you want 100 players in your clan, and you want them to be good players. But we're all very highly rated in our clan. Except for Sparrow Woozer, who has only played 35 positions. But, they can easily up that.
Well, thanks
You're
for
out
coming to
there.
the clan, Sparrow.
Yeah, thanks for joining in.
And we gotta get you going. I think what's crazy is Odious and Ace have dropped like 2 times as many positions as me.
It is nuts, hey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I think I've done like
absolutely
a
nuts.
similar amount of volume as them. Or maybe Ace has done like 10,000 more. But I'm pretty sure Ace has done like $20,000 of volume or something, like 21,000.
22K. I've got the
22.
lowest volume in the clan. I've got
What?
8,000 volume, and I've got the lowest volume. I've got 21,000 positions. Ace has 37,000 positions.
Oh my
Isn't
goodness.
that wild? I feel like I'm like always like he is just out of this world. Like he's in every single session. Hey.
Yeah. I don't even think I've ever clicked a button that many times in my life, but I guess I have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to think about. Hey, like that's like every one of them is a click or two, at least.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like that's each one of those is one thought.
Yeah.
That's 31,000 thoughts right there.
Yeah.
Pretty good. I wonder who's going to be the next to climb the leaderboard. I wonder if MXAK and Odious and Ace will ride this out and maintain their position at the top of the leaderboard, or if we'll see some new stars rise up. Who knows?
I think it's going to be very difficult to unseat Ace.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be a whale and come in and just start
Yeah.
going for it. I mean, if you're a whale, all it's gonna take is 21 times, 21 games, the $1,000 volume in each game, and you're there.
True.
So
Is this the aggregate volume of like all different like 1 minute and 1 day and everything like that? Do you reckon? 'Cause I swear I've got more volume than that.
I believe so. But it could be counting out the 1 day. It could just be the 1 minute data. Well, we can test it if we want to make a new account and then only play them in the 1 day game and see if their stuff comes up.
Yep.
So we can go check that out when I get home.
Yeah, so I've got. Hang on. I'm just going to open up a ticket. I've got 23,740 volume in the 1 minute game. So something is. And 7,000 volume in the 1 day. So I should have 30,000 volume, and I've got 13,000. But I think something's messed up with my account somehow from playing on test and stuff. I think I've.
Or did it only start at a certain time tracking it?
No, I don't think so. I think this was back. This is meant to be a back done.
Historical? Yeah.
Yep.
That would make sense though, because I definitely looked at the leaderboard, added it up, and said, I definitely have seen more volume than that in our system.
Oh, your volume in the clan is under displaying too, is it? Based on the leaderboard?
Well, no, even the general volume when I add up the leaderboard, and I'm looking at it, it just seems like shy of another 100,000 compared to what I've seen on the back end. Like Ace, for example, I think has definitely done more volume than that. Earlier on, I think Ace crossed and Ace has definitely done at least $30,000 volume, if not more.
Yeah, he's on. Yeah, but in the clan, he is on more than 30, I think, isn't he?
Yeah.
In the clan, he has. Oh no, yeah, 21,000. Yeah, right. Yeah. There must be. Yep. So does that mean that we've got heaps more positions than that even then?
Probably. There's a
Jesus.
good time. Yeah. So we'll get all those numbers in. Yeah, but we could be at least, I don't know, maybe Ace could be at 60,000 positions, or he could be at 50,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a world. Lorenzo, how you doing being trapped, in Ohio?
Pretty good. Should we get a lot of work done?
That was good.
I've been.
Hear that.
He's been in and
Yeah,
out of class.
it
So
snowed
just,
again. It snowed again over here today.
dude, it's supposed to snow again on Monday, and that's what I'm flying in. I could be here for another week. Hey,
What?
probably not, but that'd be ridiculous. That'd
You
be
should probably
ridiculous.
try to
Yeah,
change
but
that earlier.
I
You should
did. I
probably try to change
tried.
it to
They called.
Saturday or Sunday. Just keep calling.
I can't. It's like $500 extra.
Yeah. Well, that is rough.
I don't know because I have all my answers, so I can check.
What do you think's gonna? Oh, were you gonna say, Eddie? Sorry.
Yeah, I think she's doing.
Oh, I was just going to say we're halfway through.
Oh yeah. So, what do you think the overall then mainstream view of Bitcoin is right now? Do you think anyone's looking at it, or you think this is a point where they're gonna say Bitcoin's dead again across
No, I
all
think it's
media?
already a point where they're saying it's dead.
Yeah,
I
I
see
don't
that
know.
so often.
Like, I kind of reckon like we've never seen, so like one thing I think like I think it's got a while to go until like we reach like peak mainstream it's dead, and like peak like I think the big drop has happened most likely, like it could continue, but I don't think we're gonna have like a sudden like bop up either. Like, you know, you look at all the other bear markets we've had, and they chop it, like, you know, they drop and then they chop around for like 6 to 8 months and then they skyrocket. Like, I reckon we're in for a time of chop.
I believe that. Um, I'm not entirely certain though if the big drop is done
Yeah,
because,
yep, I agree.
like, if mainstream media isn't saying it's dead, and every single time they love taking us to the point of where they do say it's dead, I think they're gonna try to push it further right now. And I think again, it's such a good opportunity to crush the new money that came into it. That if you've been acquiring Bitcoin for the last like 10 years, you're sitting in a sweet spot right now of being like, you can wait all of this out, and people are going to have to eventually ditch more of their Bitcoin. Or again, like the collateral is going to get called for the people who did, underwrite these deals with their Bitcoin as collateral. So
Yep.
it's, I think it's a waiting game right now, unfortunately. So I think this period of suppression is going to be much longer than what we expect, and I wouldn't expect to if they really put the pressure on everybody. Like I think that $60,000 mark is really important, and if they can get us below that, then people are going to start ditching Bitcoin.
Yep.
Unfortunately, but I don't know. I don't know if they're done selling just yet. How was
They ain't.
CoinGlass? So CoinGlass, you said there's a lot of liquidity around 60,000, and then where's like the
And then,
next big shelf?
well, there's heaps of liquidity around 33,000, like heaps.
Yeah, that would be a stretch, but oh, I would not want to see that. That's for sure.
Yep.
A little too low. Yeah. I feel so bad for that one guy who bought it at 60 and bought it at 124,000. That
Yep.
guy is hurting himself right now.
Yeah.
But it seems like the big holders are, calm and stable. Seems like, again, they've mentally prepared for this. But it's like kind of hard. It's like, as um,
Oh, you're
the
breaking up
Bitcoin.
a fair bit. I couldn't hear that. I, I couldn't hear that, and I'm sorry.
Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
It might not be a good signal. Oh, it's like I wonder like how BlackRock prepares, like a message to all of their like ETF holders like about Bitcoin. Like how do you tell people like not to worry about this again? How are you like? I promise you guys like. This random possibly dead guy who's holding all this Bitcoin isn't gonna wake up and interact with this wallet. And I promise, guys,
Yeah.
like, just hold through. Like, you guys might be down 40%, but this is a different type of market.
Yep.
Like,
I
I
mean,
just don't know how to
they couldn't say
rationalize that
that.
volatility to a normal person.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty scary. Oh, Getty, did you see the thing on Gemini? That Gemini like fired like 3 of like their executive staff.
Oh no.
Yeah, the exchange. They like I don't want to be wrong, but I think they fired like their CFO and like 2 other like C-suite roles.
Yeah, right.
Where,
And so do you reckon that's
well, if they fired their CFO, then like there's major fraud that would mean. Like, because the CFO is usually there to keep everyone ethical,
and
make sure everything's good.
so do you reckon that's the Zach XBT thing?
I mean, I saw a post earlier, like someone was saying, like, oh, these things could be connected. And it is very suspicious that Gemini would come out with that. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's them still. What I think is that there's like all this fallout because whatever one of these people were doing, probably a bunch of other people are doing it. And like it's and I believe that because it's like, for example, when FTX happened, right? There's no rules against wash trading, and like a bunch of these market makers were like, "Oh man, we could just trade on FTX and pump a bunch of volume through this asset." And a lot of these market makers got paid like on retainer just to basically market make on FTT token. Um, so yeah, pretty. I mean, of course, like pretty sketchy, but I don't really know. Here, hold up. I
I mean,
just pulled up finally.
Gemini is paying over 50 to 1.
Gemini's paying over 50 to 1.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I might jump in on that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, something about it
I
doesn't
heard it.
feel right. Like, I don't know, but again, I worry because if when all the market makers were wash trading, like everyone did it because it was just like free money and there were no rules against it, even though like it was wrong, right?
Yep.
And so I think in this situation, like maybe someone figured out some type of strategy that you could do with like exchanges. Maybe you could do it with like Pump Fund, you could do it with Meteora, and they're like, oh crap, this strategy got caught, and like all these different companies were doing it in various ways, and they were all doing it because everyone else was doing it, and now like someone's blowing it up. So
Well,
I
someone was saying that they've linked a wallet that like put heaps on yes for Meteora.
They gave me the
Then
trust. So now
so
I need
they
to go.
opened a bunch of shorts on Hyperliquid, put a bunch into yes for Meteora, which like was advertised everywhere and made everyone think that like Zach XBT had like that it had gotten out and that it was Meteora that he was doing the thing on, which caused their token to tank, and then he closed his shorts and sold his yes.
wow, smart move.
Yeah, it is a.
Manipulated the market using sentiment. Like smart
Yeah,
move.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I don't know who it is. Could be Meteora, could be Pump Fund, could be Poly Markets. Could be anyone.
Meteor is back up to 45 now. They
Hmm.
did go down to 28 or 26 again or something. But I mean, I like Gemini as a now that you say it, like it's like I've been seeing a bunch of stuff about them recently, even though like I haven't heard heaps about them. Like they have been popping up a bunch recently for being scammy.
Hmm. Guess those
They're like
Winklevoss brothers never really made out well.
they're not allowed in Australia anymore, I think, for some reason, or
You wonder what they did. That's pretty sketchy. You get kicked out of Australia.
I don't know, maybe they spoke poorly of Ned Kelly.
I don't know. Here, 1 second. I'll be back in like 2 minutes. See you guys.
Do you know what we're talking about there with the Zach XBT thing, Lorenzo? Oh, are you on mute?
Yeah, sorry. No, I don't.
Do you know who Zach XBT is? Like the blockchain investigator.
Oh yeah, Matt showed me this guy's account yesterday.
Yep. He's awesome. Like he just like reveals scandals across like like using blockchain investigation, reveals poor behavior, and like helps people recover money from like stolen money or track it down and recover it. And like he's just like very very good at using like the blockchain explorer to or using his plethora of tools to explore through the blockchain. And yeah, so he's like going to review. He's saying he's going to reveal an investigation into a company that shows how they like did insider trading. And it should be today that he's revealing it. I think maybe tomorrow for you.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's tomorrow for us.
Yep.
What?
Can't wait though.
Same.
The
Yeah.
crypto drama is so much fun.
It is. Hey, yeah, it's the best.
You're like, who's gonna go to jail this year? Honestly, like that's what we should just do is like create a prediction market for who's gonna go to jail that year. Like put up like all of the crypto founders. That'd be pretty.
That would be a good one. I wonder if they have that.
Yeah. And like if you wanted to start, you could just take the Forbes 30 under 30 as like the original candidates. You just take like all of those names in finance. Start the odds there. And then like that's how you would know like who thinks like what founder's sketchy.
Yeah. I saw an interesting one as well on like on Twitter. Someone was saying like, why don't all of the like projects that know they have nothing to hide as like a show of proof that they have nothing to hide go in and put no on there, like like put a huge amount of money backing no at like really short odds, because like if they knew they had nothing to hide, then they should put their money where their mouth is, and like if they know that they're not going to lose it because they've got nothing to hide, then they should back themselves, which I thought was a pretty good thing to say. Like like yeah, they should if they like kind of the fact that they're not doing it in a way shows that they must be a little bit worried that it is them that it's going to get called out by them.
I agree, man. Those people are pretty sketchy. So
Yeah.
like a bunch of those people are looking at that list being like, oh, it could be us.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
They're
shit,
probably
man,
putting
we
the
might have
money
been
on the other
found out.
side.
Yeah. Well, they're like, might as well make as much money off this while we can.
Yeah.
Goodness.
One last opportunity to insider trade it.
Yeah. I think last night was pretty funny. Last night was the first time I watched the State of the Union on Poly Markets. Like the speech by like our president. Because I was like, I wanted to see like I got the notification like, oh, State of the Union coming up on Poly Markets. And I like wanted to see what the mention markets look like. And it's interesting because like they give you the source so you can watch it on YouTube like live and they're showing you where it's coming in from. And then you could like I was watching like everyone play in like real time. But I was like, oh man, like you know, I don't know how people are like good at like guessing those words, you know? Like to me
Yep.
it feels like there's really like no edge. I guess you could like study everything and say like, hey, what does he say? Or like what are you
Yeah.
expecting? But
Yeah.
like I feel like they happen so fast that you never really get in with like good odds either.
Oh, but I reckon if you studied his speech patterns and stuff, then you could get an edge in that one for sure. Because it'd be a popular one for people to bet on that hadn't done that. And so, like, if you did do it, you'd have a huge edge, right?
Mhm. Like some of the things he said, like drill baby drill. Like I wouldn't expect that. You know?
Yep. What were the odds on him saying it?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I can see now. But like miracle hockey were ones that he hit. He didn't say fake news. A lot of people thought he would say fake news. He didn't say it. He said these ones are harder to me. Like America 50 plus times. Like that would suck. You got to sit there watching it, like clicking every time he says America and keeping track of it. And then you're like, okay, I'll come in this. Like most likely he's gonna say it 10 more times. Like so, I'll buy in right now.
Surely
But
he said America 50 times.
he did.
Yeah, right.
But there's one for America 25 times. It's like that one's easy money if there's one for 50 times.
Yep.
And he said million, billion, trillion 15 plus times. But he did not say Biden more than 10 times. He said more than border more than 7 times. Oil and gas more than 3. Artificial intelligence more than 2. It looks like the majority of times when they say how many times will they say this, like those usually happen.
Yep. What the hell? They've got Putin out as president of Russia by the end of 2026 at 11%. As
Well,
if.
yeah, no way.
Like that's basically saying he's got an 11% chance of dying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. There's a 75% chance that the US will strike Iran by December 31st.
Isn't that nuts? That is a scary
Yeah.
one.
It seems like it's going to happen by March then, everyone's thinking.
Yep. Yeah, end of
Are there
March.
any that are actually like this person will die by a date yet?
No, I
What?
don't think. Are there any assassination markets?
No, I
Well,
don't
not
think they're allowed to do
it
that.
could just be it wouldn't be assassination, just like saying that like someone's old and will die before, in the next 5 years, and that would lead them to be assassinated, but it wasn't meant to be.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
I've never seen this notice on Polymarkets. Something is a little sketchy out there. The Zach XBT stuff is definitely stirring everyone up. Polymarkets put a notice that says data such as trades, prices, balances, and positions may be delayed due to issues with upstream providers. Please trade with caution.
Yeah, I see that up the top there.
That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Yeah, I haven't noticed that before either.
Mhm.
The how disgusting is it how much volume the US strikes Iran one has?
Yeah. Like, that's a terrible thing to bet on.
Yeah. Fucking awful. All of the war ones are a bit gross.
Hmm. Yeah, no one really wins there.
We have 6 games left, including this one. Yeah, 6. 5.5.
All right. Who's got the most streaks right now? Oh,
I
shit.
wonder if opening up a short position on all of these different ones would be an okay move as well, and just selling out because it probably will have next to zero effect on the ones that do get on the ones that get exonerated, or the ones that don't get revealed as being the scammers. It'll have, it won't have a positive effect, but if any of them are tokenized and do get revealed, then they're going to get hammered.
Yeah. This is a smart move. And you might be able to make more, right? Because it's like, if it is a larger problem, as something like where all the market makers were wash trading, and it's like an industry problem, then a bunch of the other companies might get caught at the same time. So you might be able to hit that short successfully across multiple companies.
Yep.
Back in the game. Yeah, well, he's gonna have the best this year. From those
Well,
companies. Like,
I can't hear
can't hear
anything you're
you.
saying.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Matt. If you can hear us.
yeah, they got messed up on my mic.
That's not really coming through.
Yeah, not hearing any of it. Yeah. All right, we have last game.
Hold on.
Get your positions in quick because you got like 22 seconds to get them in.
And you know what? But there's 3 midterms, and like maybe I'll be fine. I don't know.
That's weird. I played one game and I won it. I won $1 and I got a streak. But my session metric says -$5 and 0-1.
Oh, what? Are you?
Okay.
Oh, that's weird that it says 0-1 actually. So it couldn't even be that there were multiple, like that it was hangover from last time. If you're 0-1,
Yeah.
I'll put a ticket in about that. Could you take a
It
screenshot
just
of
changed.
it?
It just changed. It just changed to 1-0.
Ah,
So this
cool.
is accurate. It took a
Nice
second,
one.
I guess.
That's my
game.
45 on that.
Cool. Good game, everyone. Oh, you got to end it pretty much now. Head off to the chemical burn.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, you're in this game, are you?
Me? How? Wait, this game right now?
What?
Oh no, it's doing that weird thing. The live leaderboard is showing like last
know.
games thing. Are
Okay.
you getting that? Can you see yourself in there now?
No, I
The
can't. I see
bird?
nobody
The
is in there.
tender?
It says no data.
Yeah, right. I've got like a hangover from last game. Sweet as.
Maybe.
All
I
right.
don't have a
Well,
question.
thanks heaps for joining
I had
us,
a question about
Lorenzo.
tender
As always,
that goes from
legend.
here, like diagonally
Sounds
across
good,
it.
guys.
And
And it was like, is it
yeah,
the flex
see you
or
next session.